Hello, it's Anne Gould here, and this video is about Karen Revel's Money Alchemy program, which I started at the beginning of January. So I came onto the program because I was aware that I had money issues. I never seemed to have enough money, or it's sort of a bit like feast and famine. And at the time, I was going through some famine, and I wondered why I kept repeating these cycles. So the program is run over 6 weeks, and there are a number of modules which help you sort of look at all the various sort of cogs of, sort of the money mindsets that we have, and help you understand why you are like you are, and why some of those assumptions that you've got about money are things that, sort of hangovers from your childhood or attitudes you've learned from your parents, and how you can unlearn those things and establish a much more healthy money pattern yourself. It was taught through a series of videos and live sessions. There were sort of workbooks that we had to sort of work out, sort of take it to one side and work through each week. And I'd say that these worksheets were, took up some time. I have to admit that there were some tears. There were some really big sort of revelations that sort of came along in the process. Sort of memories, painful memories from childhood that you can sort of look back on and think, actually, yes, that was actually a turning point for or that's where the start was for feelings that you have carried through into your adult life. So one of the things that I really loved about this course was that Karen created a really safe space for us to be sort of vulnerable, to talk about money and, the difficult feelings that came up around money. And it was not only that, but, it was her sort of kindness and gentleness as a coach that helped to sort of take us from sort of being stuck to sort of taking the next stage towards being sort of more sort of financially free, and to sort of opening sort of doors of enlightenment along the way. Obviously, it's sort of quite hard to shift some of the, those sort of inbuilt things that you've carried around for decades. But I'm beginning to see that one of the things that I have been doing is that I have been over delivering and undercharging, and moving forward, I am certainly going to adjust the way that I deliver my programs, and adjust my prices as well. Another big revelation that sort of came out of this course was that I had been doing an online summit, and I completely overworked and was sort of basically unable to work. In fact, I thought that I was going to have a heart attack at the time because I was so literally exhausted. And sort of working through some of Karen's sheets, I then started delving into other things, and I suspect that I have ADHD, and it's actually sort of, and the whole experience has made me sort of relook at a lot of things in my life in a different way. Now, I can't say that my bank account is overflowing right now, but I think that sort of moving forward, I don't feel so trapped by money. I feel that, that it's something that I can go out there and earn, and I'm going to sort of appreciate it a lot more when it does come into my bank account. And finally, would I recommend this course? Well, absolutely yes. I think that a lot of us have carried around a lot of sort of hangovers from our childhood that sort of influence the way that we are in our modern life. And money is sort of one of the key things that actually, sort of sort of reveals, sort of like the abundance of everything we have, and it's sort of appreciating that, sort of we might not have sort of, massive cars that are parked out in the driveway, but, that we've got a lot of sort of happiness and love in our hearts, and that is abundance in just the same way as money in the bank is.